Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Crypto Movement channel. Now today we're going to talk about a couple interesting things, one being this idea that the DeFi finance opens the doors to dirty money, money laundering, things like that because of the lack of regulation. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, please smash that like button. When you hit the like button, it tells YouTube that this content is important and it allows more people to be able to see these videos and to hopefully get some benefits. So please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. On this channel, we talk all things crypto, what's going on, the crypto news today, what's up, XRP news, Bitcoin news, a bunch of news, but also different things with different coins. So if you haven't subscribed, consider do so. And just so you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I just love crypto and I love talking about it. I love investing on things like that and learning about how money works. And I want to be able to help you guys and share this with you as well. So do your own research. I won't give you any kind of financial advice or anything like that. This is just for entertainment purposes only, and just want to give you guys that disclaimer. So let's go ahead and begin. Now in the market today, there's a lot of green. So that is a good sign. Oop. Definitely a lot of green. You guys probably saw my other video that I did earlier about the XRP and relisting on Coinbase, which is rumors. And also Gary Gensler talking about how he believes that the majority of these coins are securities. So that'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. So anyways, overall, looks pretty good today. A lot of green. So that's definitely positive. So the first story I want to talk about is from the financialtimes.com, ft.com. So they say, this is the headline that I mentioned: cryptocurrency, rise of decentralized finance sparks dirty money fears. And here it says, know your customer, which is also KYC. For those of you that don't know, it just says KYC, or know your customer, rules for banks and brokers underpin anti-money laundering efforts, but are at risk due to DeFi. Now, if we want to talk about criminals, crime, trafficking, all of that, you know where I'm going with that. So let's deal with the bigger fish. But hey, they got to have some sort of a spin on this. So anyway, so what they talk about, they say a few days after the July 4th holiday in the US, a 37-year-old entrepreneur in Denver named Eric Voorhees issued his own Declaration of Independence. He said the company had founded 7 years earlier to help people exchange cryptocurrencies without making their names available to the government or anyone else would disappear from the face of the earth, even as its services remained available to those who wanted them. So this is from Shapelift, as the enterprise is would become a decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO. Over time, he declared its corporate structure would fade away. Control of its open source software for exchanging cryptocurrencies would gradually migrate to holders of Shapelift's Fox digital token, which has been distributed to employees, investors, and customers. Voorhees will receive the biggest share, a little more than 5% of the maximum total supply, he added. So they go on to say, Shapeshift's vision is to establish an immutable, borderless financial system. Voorhees wrote, that's a tongue twister, on Twitter, where he has nearly 525,000 followers. See, a lot of these people get it. They're trying to, we don't want to be under the thumb of the government in every way, shape, and form. Nothing wrong with that. They don't want us over them. Let's be direct. Money and finance shall not be operated by coercive government among free people. They shall, like languages, mathematics, and love, emerge voluntarily and without central rule. So this whole idea, this whole financial situation that we're in is just this push to not be under this centralized power in every way, shape, and form of our life. And that's what everyone's trying to do in power right now, is to keep us under the boot. So he goes on to say, July 4th proclamation has since become a hot topic of conversation in U.S. regulatory circles, which has been seen by some officials as heralding a new phase in the battle to prevent money laundering on blockchains, the digital ledgers of cryptocurrency transactions. So he goes on to say, regulators have long worried, again, regulators, those that want to have access to your bank, to every transaction. You heard what's going on with the U.S., how they want to regulate everything above $600, which, again, that's going to be everybody, have long worried that the secrecy of the crypto trade in which coins are controlled by the holder of a private key, a form of cryptographical password, creates opportunities to disguise the origin and ownership of funds. So that is true. Again, let's be 100% across the board on this on both ends, because there's a lot of nefarious stuff that's going on that's not shared with us. So come on now. Now they fear that new blockchain technologies will make it easier for criminals and kleptocrats who are believed to launder hundreds of billions of dollars a year to move money around the global financial system. Well, we just gave away almost $100 billion of artillery, so let's, again, come on. These anxieties are being fueled by the growth of what has become known as decentralized finance, or DeFi, a business with assets now measured in the tens of billions of dollars, operating under names like Uniswap, SushiSwap, and PancakeSwap. DeFi platforms seek to replace financial intermediaries such as banks or brokers, because they're corrupt. That's why. With software known as smart contracts, commonly run on the Ethereum blockchain. That would automate market activity. Although their legal status is hazy and their structures vary, DAOs are a way to put control of DeFi platforms into the hands of a community of stakeholders, often entrusted with governance tokens, granting voting rights rather than a centralized company. So what do you guys think so far? I mean, do you think that this type of situation leads to more corruptness? I mean, do you like to have some sense of privacy? I mean, I do. But do you think that we need to have more strict regulations on this? What do you guys think? Comment below. I'd love to know. The appeal of DeFi platforms is that they would lower costs and speed up trading using digital assets. The worry among regulators is they would replace the very entities that governments turn to for help in enforcing the laws against money laundering, bankers, brokers, and money transmitters that stand between people and markets. So again, there is a trade-off. Of particular concern is the fate of a key pillar of the anti-money laundering regime, the requirement on financial companies to know your customer. The KYC obligation means intermediaries are supposed to know their users' names, monitor their transactions, and report activities that raise money laundering suspicions to the authorities. Again, who's the authorities? Do they have our best interests at heart? Again, in a perfect world, I don't have an issue with this. I have no issue whatsoever on, in a perfect world. However, when corruption creeps in, which it has, I have a problem, and I want freedom. Voorhees and his crypto allies have never really wanted to know their customers, and they now believe the DeFi innovations of recent months will enable them to break free of such obligations. As a company, Shapeshift gave into a regulatory pressure in 2018 and began to collect user details. As a DAO, Shapeshift no longer sees a requirement to do KYC checks, it says. So there you go. So, I mean, they're just wanting to create more regulations, and they say these things are concerns, but again, we're living through the highest level of trafficking on multiple things ever, by government, by the way. Whether you like it or not, you got to face the facts or we're doomed. So having them not have their hands fully in our pockets is a good thing. And I think that, in a way, crypto is the people's money. Crypto is that one thing that allows us to have some control over and not be completely crushed by government. So that's my thoughts. What do you guys think about this? Do you think we need to have more? Again, this is from Financial Times, so ft.com. But what do you guys think? Do you think they need to, have KYC on everything? I mean, again, in the perfect world, it all sounds good, but in reality, I don't know. I don't think that's. I'm totally fine not having it because we want freedom too. So again, obviously, I'm against bad things, and nobody wants that except evil people. But who's to regulate? They say the regulators are concerned. Okay, because maybe you and me are breaking away from the banks and the currency that they manipulate and that they drive down to make them and their friends rich. So I don't know. But this was another interesting article I wanted to get into. This is from Yahoo Finance. New York AG shuts down crypto exchange on accusations of unlawful converting user funds to Dogecoin. So again, this goes back to the whole idea of the regulation situation. It says the New York Attorney General has secured a court order to officially shut down crypto exchange CoinSeed for charges related to defrauding investors. And it said, what happened? According to the report from Bloomberg, again, Bloomberg, who taxes sodas on the poor. Again, I'm not going to get into that, but again, Bloomberg, New York Attorney General Letitia James, okay, ordered crypto exchange CoinSeed Inc. to close down operations and pay $3 million in fines. Amongst a series of other charges, CoinSeed had reportedly been converting its customer funds into Dogecoin without their consent. And, that could be a problem. So I understand, I want justice. Again, it's really difficult, especially with the climate today. They're just picking and choosing. So, but anyway, I mean, if this is true, this is not a good thing at all. So I don't condone it whatsoever. In June, CoinDesk reported an account of one user who found his crypto portfolio, which was previously spread across a variety of cryptocurrencies, has been converted into Dogecoin overnight. The user's portfolio, which was originally worth $48,000, turned into $31,000 in Dogecoin. So yeah, that's not good. We don't want that. Since February, Assistant Attorneys General Brian Whitehurst and Amita Singh have reported receiving 170 complaints from CoinSeed customers claiming their wallet balances had shrunk by tens of thousands of dollars. Again, that's a problem. The crypto exchange's run-in with the AG's office dates back to February, when it faced charges for selling unregistered securities worth $1 million to support the growth of its business. CoinSeed CEO Delgar Dali Dafisumbu and former CFO Sukbat Hagvedorj, anyway, were also named in the lawsuit. According to Assistant Attorney Singh, Davisambu has been completely radio silent since promising to return investor funds. So it just goes on that Doge was trading at 23 cents. So again, this kind of thing is really tough, and in some ways, some regulation would be okay. But again, it's just a really difficult situation to figure out what do we do about this? What role does government have to play? What role does regulators have to play? And are we really safe? And that's where it gets kind of difficult, especially with everything going on. But I mean, I think this is a real problem, and I hope that the people that lost money, that they, the right thing is done and that they get justice for this situation. So those are the two things I wanted to share today. So what do you guys think about all this? I mean, do you think that not having the regulations is causing more crimes and money laundering attempts? Do you think that is something that we need the government to really intervene and crack down on? So they, again, you're giving away freedom for so-called security. And that's a tough situation. But what do you guys think? And what do you think about this situation with with this company? Because this obviously sounds really sketchy. And again, this is from Yahoo Finance. So leave your comments down below. I'd love to know what you guys think about all this. And again, if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so and liking it so we can get this out to more people. So with that, I'll leave it there, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.